It's the You Name It podcast starring this guy.
Jerry Taylor.
No, you're supposed to say Davin Christensen.
Oh, I'll introduce you, Jerry Taylor.
All right, and you're Davin Christensen.
Hola, Jerry.
Boy, we've got our shit together. That's how you start a fucking show.
Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, we got a couple. Let's get the shout outs out of the way right now.
Okay, do that.
We've got Jade Marie Fernandez says hello.
Hey, Jade.
Do a shout out to her so she actually listens to the show. And then our new listener, Davy Vaughn, is listening. And she's from Austin, Texas. You know what else is from Austin, Texas, Jerry?
What?
Tito's handmade vodka, crafted in an old-fashioned pot still by America's original micro distillery. Handmade in Austin, Texas. And one of my favorites.
Hold on a second now. I'm starting to think there's a conspiracy going on here where you actually have subscribers and you're getting paid and you're trying to slip them in on me.
With Red Bull, it gives you wings.
Right. I didn't quite hear that properly because I'm not using my Bose Quiet Comfort 35 headphones.
Noise canceling headphones. Great for blades and babies that are stupid.
Yeah, a lot of people just tuned out thinking we actually do have those people as subscribers. Sponsors.
I wish.
I was really hoping you were going to tell me that Davy was a boy's name.
Oh.
Because that would have been hilarious.
Little Davy.
Hi, Davy. You're a little tabby, Davy.
Little tabby.
See?
Yep.
That can be funny if you drop the B and use a T instead.
Yep, just like your daughter does. Tabby. Yeah. Little Tabby.
Who else do we have shout outs to? Let's shout out to Bill Christensen, spelled correctly.
Yes.
Because he spent hours on the phone with me on a Friday night because neither one of us had anything to do. So we drank over the phone like we were sitting at a bar next to each other.
Oh, is that where you got most of your ideas for this week's episode of the You Name It podcast?
Not at all.
No?
None of them.
Oh, wow.
I have a ton of them. And I don't know if we want to go. I have one big one too that people usually really like.
Okay.
It's my struggle with PayPal.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to do that right off the bat, or if you want to run through some stuff first.
Is this the one you gave a teaser for last week?
Nope, that was a whole different thing.
Okay. Whatever you want to do, Jerry.
We can get that one out of the way if people were waiting for it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are.
Waiting.
Oh, I didn't turn on my
patiently waiting.
Didn't turn off my vibrate thing. There we go. Okay, we're good to go.
That has not happened in a long time.
Oh, I know. Sorry, I just got back.
All about that.
I am in Baltimore and I just got back to my room, so I forgot to turn that off. Oops.
Baltimore,
Maryland. Yeah.
It's good. It's a good thing you turned that off because otherwise I might have to use something else we never do anymore, where your phone would go off and I would go, this would have been a really good show if everybody would just quit fucking me.
Oh, Jerry. Fuck you, Jerry.
Right. Okay, so I think we've been down this road before where we decide that I am a weirdo because I just walk around and strange thoughts hit me driving or walking around or whatever. You know? Happens
to all of us. Yours are a little stranger than others, though.
This is the one that happened not long ago.
Okay.
I was driving into work. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what I was thinking about, if I was thinking about Dateline or if I was thinking about a movie or somebody, maybe even somebody. Yeah, but I started thinking about the concept of a sociopath, right?
Okay.
And then I was probably thinking about me because then as I'm driving, I'm going, I wonder if I'm a sociopath. I don't know. What if I'm a sociopath? And then it hit me. If you're worried about being a sociopath, you're not a sociopath.
Okay. That makes sense because you still have a grip on reality.
And there it was. I told everybody that you wouldn't even find it interesting or you wouldn't think it was funny at all. Most people I told said, yeah, that's right. Yeah. and even laughed a few times because of the way that thought worked. And I said, Davin's going to have no reaction to that whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So there it was, everybody. Everybody who I told outside in the real world, I was right.
Thought it was funny.
He doesn't give a shit. Maybe you'll give a shit about this.
Okay.
We do have another person connected to the show. His name is Bob in the background.
Yes.
He's not with you now because he doesn't travel.
Right.
But he is Davin's boarder, you'd say, right?
Boarder,
you're the landlord, and he lives in the house, and he pays you to do that, which I still think is strange that someone pays to live with you.
Well, think about it. I'm never there. So he's got a house to himself for the cost of a room. It's perfect. Works out great.
Yeah, quit bringing like logic and reality to my discussion because I'm just trying to make fun of you.
Okay.
Say nobody would want to live with you.
Oh, okay.
Your children, do they want to live with you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Duly noted.
Would you? No.
I would. Are you kidding me? If I was single, I would totally do the same thing. Because, like you said, you're out of town all the time. But beyond that, you're fun to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
Hang out with you on the road and at work and stuff. So what's the difference? But anyway, Bob in the background.
Mm-hmm.
This happened a while ago, and I wrote it down and never got to it.
Is he teabagging my shit? Is he teabagging the house or something? No? Okay.
No,
good.
He's not doing the old classic where you leave town and he dresses in a kimono and walks around teabagging every surface in the house just to, get back at the landlord, at the man. Because you're the man, if you didn't realize that.
Oh, I'm the man, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Sticking it to the man. So anyway, we had this discussion about range of, and you might know about this because he's probably talked to you about it, but the range of the auto start function on your keychain for your car if you have that capability.
Yeah.
So he told me that if you stick that thing under your chin, that your head becomes a bigger antenna for it, and it increases the range of your auto start key fob. And thank you for laughing, because I looked at him like, what are you, crazy? What are you even talking about?
I'm trusting him with the keys to my house.
So we found ourselves standing in the middle of the office with Bob jabbing the key fob up under his chin and trying to test the range of his auto start.
By using his head as an amplifier.
Yeah, Bob's head is an amplifier for an auto start key fob. So I'm sitting there going, what are we doing? This is so stupid.
I think he needs a vacation.
That's shit that you read, and then you don't know whether or not somebody... I think I told him this too. I go, Bob, this could be one of those things that somebody decided that they were going to write up really well and scientifically on some post on social media and see how many idiots would be doing exactly what we're doing right now. Standing in the middle of an office with a key fob under your chin, thinking your head is a fucking boosting signal.
Oh, well, it's just like the brown man Randy was talking about when the iPhone came out and people were drilling into their iPhones because somebody posted on Facebook that the micro mini jack was hidden.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Drill through the casing to get to it, and you just end up destroying your phone.
So he actually thinks the key fob under his chin,
yes,
amplifies the signal. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I started to think how ridiculous that was for us to do that, and the fact that probably Drew Barrymore in Stephen King's Firestarter didn't have enough brain power to get the car to start. And it's me and Bob standing there like two idiots in the middle of an office.
Trying it. Mm-hmm. Hey, what are you guys doing? Trying to start our cars with our heads.
And I'll tell you what our scientific evaluation, what the results of it were. Inconclusive.
His started
and yours didn't. You can't tell what it's doing. No, you could do the key fob thing under your chin and it would work. And then you could hold it foot to the side and it would work. And then you could step forward once and it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And it just makes no sense. It just depends on which way the wind blows at the second that you're trying to do it, I guess. Because we all know that radio waves are affected by the wind.
Oh, of course.
That's science. Mm-hmm. That's what makes Bob and I great scientists, because we know things like that.
You want to see some of my stupid notes? Let's see if I have anything worth talking about this week. I put down a few. Let's see. Did you see the SAG Awards at all?
Nope.
Oh, man.
I know. We have a show that's about everything, and I didn't watch the Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Well, they gave Lily Tomlin the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Okay.
Watch it.
That's good.
Watch it. She is stroking this SAG Award like it's a penis, like it's an erect penis.
Oh, no.
The whole time she's just riding that thing up with her hand and touching the top and just it's the most erotic thing I've ever seen, and I want to see someone edit music or porn music over it.
Was it as crazy as the Winona Ryder Stranger Things Award thing that I saw a clip of?
I didn't see that one.
Oh, you didn't see that? You have to
No.
try and find that one, because there's a guy making a speech for the cast. They got whatever it is.
Mhm.
What the hell's it called? What's the television one? The Emmys? Is that what it is?
The Tonys? Is it Tone? No, Tone.
No, Tonys are for stage. So it's
Emmys, Oscars.
it is the Emmys, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the Golden Globe Awards or something.
There's too many
So-
damn award shows. It's a
I know, we don't
stroke
need 'em.
fest. Literally,
Right, but
Lily
she's-
Tomlin stroke fest.
She's standing there, and she's making all of these crazy faces in the background.
Mhm.
And it's really insane. It's really hard to describe without a visual, because she'll be like mad face to super happy face to confused face back to mad face and looking around. And somebody took that and they dumped in like a bunch of animation of things flying around like a piece of pizza, or a butterfly or whatever. And it's hilarious, because her story is that she couldn't hear the guy talking. The truth is she was probably fucking hammered or on acid or something.
High
'Cause
as
that's
a
what it
kite.
looks like.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's hilarious too. You should check that out.
Have you ever looked at any of those lists of the award-winning movies, and then there's the ones that they were actually actors they were actually written for or cast for?
I do remember in the past reading some of those things. I think specifically for Star Wars or something like that.
Like, for instance, Forrest Gump. They originally wanted John Travolta as Forrest Gump. Could you imagine that?
That's hilarious. He wouldn't really have to act that much though. Just be himself.
I can't do John Travolta, but maybe you can.
I don't know. You just did Fat Albert for some reason. I don't know what that was all about.
I know. They wanted.
What's up, Mr. Carter? Vinny Boom Boom. What was his name?
Stupid
Vinny
is
Boom
as
Boom.
stupid does.
Yeah. Stupid is as stupid does. Because you got to get like the stereotypical Brooklyn kid or something.
Yep. And then they wanted Molly Ringwald.
Life's like a box of fucking chocolates.
They wanted Molly Ringwald to play the lead in Pretty Woman. I don't think that would have went off quite as well. Molly Ringwald as a prostitute?
You don't think she's pretty?
Not as pretty as Julia Roberts, who by coincidence, they had Julia Roberts picked out to be the woman in Blind Side. You know, the movie about the family in Atlanta that takes in the kid that's a football player.
I could see that though. Yeah, I could see that one, because she's older now. She can play all those, regular people roles. She no longer has to be the glamorous, glorious star of stage and screen.
But here's the worst one I thought of that I looked up. It was Tom Cruise as the star of Footloose.
Holy shit.
I could not imagine him doing Footloose.
I don't know if he's like the super dancer either.
No. And he's short. He's like super short.
I think Kevin Bacon's the better pick now that in retrospect, now that we know that. Because who else would be able to do it? John Travolta could have done that role. Well, he's too old then.
Yeah.
Never mind. You know who the best actor in the world was that I saw?
Who?
President Bush, the first one.
Okay.
He did the coin toss at the Super Bowl. He was acting like he knew what was going on.
They just wheeled him in.
Yeah. Did you must have watched it, right? Because you usually do when you're in DC.
I was actually working, so I missed the beginning of the Super Bowl. I caught the second half. We had to do an overnight tear out of after the show, but of one of the displays. So I just caught the second half. That was a great Super Bowl, I gotta admit.
But come on, let's go back to the coin flip, Davin. He didn't even flip it. He basically threw it on the ground because he's in a wheelchair. He had, in fact, I think one of the guys at the warehouse said that they think that he had like injections of Botox and stuff just to make his face smile constantly. So it was frozen in place because they were like, he was sitting there like he was just like a grinning idiot.
Wheeled him in like Hugh Hefner, a little prop.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mr. Enough meanness.
Mr. President, flip this coin. I want fish sticks.
Million points of light. A billion point. No, that wasn't even him. That was Ross Perot.
All I want is fish sticks. Just give me fish sticks.
Read my lips. No new taxes. Red or blue or green? What color do you want on the coin? Oh, Barbara? Where's Barbara?
Barbara.
I liked him. I thought he was a decent president.
Yes.
He didn't bother me as much as they all do now. Anybody in politics is just an asshole now. He was like one of the last guys that you could stomach as being a president. Just because he's a regular guy.
I don't know if I could take 4 years of seeing all the presidential tweets and all that shit and having that on the news every fucking day.
I think I could take 8 years of that just because it's mind-bogglingly ridiculous.
Some of the shit they're coming up with. It's like, is this really news?
Let's all try and slow down with our partisanship, because now if you even criticize anything at all, then all of a sudden you're anti-conservatives and everybody gets all blown out of shape thinking that everything has to be a giant political statement.
Yep.
Let's save all of that for actual political discussions. And let's look at the fact that the guy that we elected president is tweeting shit out every night in the middle of the night, misspelled, half the time doesn't make sense. And it's almost like he's got a giant book of the worst shit to say. He's just going through it. It's not helping anything, but everybody has to defend it.
Yeah.
It's just dumb because if you throw it on, so let's say Hillary won and she was doing the exact same thing, it would be a hilarious nightmare for the conservatives. So it's the only reason that nobody's criticizing it is because they don't want their conservative friends to be all pissed off when it really doesn't have anything to do with that. We're not talking about policy here. We're talking about the actions of a crazy man.
So you're calling our president crazy?
Oh, are you? Totally, he's crazy. He's a freaking. He made himself into a star, not a statesman. He's doing the same shit that he would do in his entertainment career that he crafted for himself. It's got nothing to do with business or politics or anything. He's just. I don't know. I think he just loves having attention or something.
Oh, he is a narcissist. They actually had on one of the TV talk shows, they brought Dr. Phil out to run through all the definitions of what makes someone a narcissist.
Yeah.
And he checked off every one of the boxes if you think about all the stuff he's done.
Well, I'm sure. And it's completely understandable at the same time, too. Because, I mean, first of all, he starts off as a rich prep school kid. Mm-hmm. He's going to have his entire life being, served by servants and shit like that. Then go to high-end schools where everybody looks up to you and all that kind of shit. His entire life was built around everybody telling him how cool he was. Just like movie stars. Look at all those narcissistic movie stars and shit.
That's true.
You think like... Let's be even about it. You think like what's his name? Sean, what the hell's his name? The political guy, actor. that they made fun of in the South Park thing?
Sean Puffy Combs.
The hell's his name?
No, I'm kidding.
No, Sean, yes, Sean Puffy Combs. He was in Bad Boys. Are you all right over there?
I'm fine. I'm laughing at myself.
I don't know why you thought that was so funny.
Just because I was just thinking if Sean Puffy Combs was in the White House, who would be complaining right now? They'd be like, oh, thank God it's not Trump.
I'll tell you who would be complaining. Donald Trump.
Yep.
Still. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what this guy's name is. How come I can't think of his freaking name? I got to look him up. Sean Penn, not Puffy. So you threw me off because I was avoiding all the P's after you said that.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
Yeah.
He goes out and he talks a whole bunch of garbage, blah, blah, political, environmental, blah, blah, whatever. Good for him. But the only reason he's doing it is because everybody told him how cool he was, that he's his entire life. You're so cool, you can go say anything you want to because everybody will listen to your cool ass.
Right. Make a difference.
Same thing as Trump.
You can make a difference.
Yeah. You know what, Davin?
What?
Enough politics.
Yes. Let's get off the topic. God, we've heard enough in this world.
I know. We need to hear less of that. We need to hear more about. I have something about Arabic food.
Okay, go
That's
ahead.
non-political.
Okay.
Yeah. I realized that Arabic food, the names of Arabic food, sounds like what's happening during and after you eat.
Okay.
That's what it is. Like, you know, the names of the foods sounds like the noises your mouth would make when you were eating.
Okay. Give us some examples.
Or even like afterwards where maybe the Arabic food was too spicy and you had to go sit on that little white chair with the water in it and you're sitting there, you're going, hummus, fatouche.
Falafel.
Like, I always like the combination of hummus and fatouche.
Fatouche. Tabbouleh.
Because fatouche sounds like shit hitting the toilet water, doesn't it?
So does tabbouleh. Tabbouleh. That sounds right before you drop a bomb. Tabbouleh.
Everybody, all the food should be named this. Because that's what it sounds like when they're reading the menu anyway.
Yeah.
I feel, you know what? I feel like when I wrote that down that I had a better named food in mind that sounded like chewing, and I can't remember what it was. What an asshole. What a bad set of notes I had.
Hey, our friend Troy has a topic for you.
Which, let me think without giving it away. Oh, Troy. Yes. Troy was supposed to be on the show at some point.
Yeah.
Todd and Troy.
Okay. His question for you is Kid Rock or Eminem? Whose cruise ship would you rather be on?
M&M's.
And why?
Because Kid Rock is like this. I don't know. My family is full of hillbilly people. I don't know that I need to go to a family reunion on his. I think I'd rather go to a dangerous M&M cruise where I might, fall into a giant pile of cocaine or something walking down the hallway.
See, I'd do the Kid Rock because there'd be more likelihood that I might, hook up with somebody. But did you know?
Wait a minute. Why do you say that? Are you saying that because you feel that you have a shot with white trash? Well, wait a minute. Did I just say that?
Probably. I could relate. Who do you think makes more money, Kid Rock or Eminem?
Wow.
Net worth.
I would think that it's probably Kid Rock.
It is Eminem by a landslide.
Oh, wow. Because I figured that Kid Rock was doing more things, like way more concerts and stuff.
He's also doing way more cocaine and drugs. And no, but Kid Rock is at 78 million and Eminem is like 242 million.
Awesome. Someone had a good deal.
Yeah, no shit.
I like some of each of their music. I don't have any problem with that. Musically, I would probably enjoy Kid Rock's shit better for a full 3-day cruise.
Mm-hmm.
But that reminds me of something I didn't write down or I took off the list. Did I talk about my fascination with rap music?
No. I know you don't like the Beastie Boys.
I do not like the Beastie Boys because every song is the same and not like the Chuck Berry same.
Right.
Like, you know, how his songs sound the same, more like the same exact pattern for every song. Ba 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 ba. Ba-da-da-da-dee, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-da-da-dit, diddle-diddle-dit,
No sleep
ba-da-da-da-da-da.
till Brooklyn. Yep.
Everything's the same. But the story starts years ago when I did a job for Universal Pictures. I feel like I've told this. I hope I haven't. And I went to
If you did, it was probably so long ago, Jerry.
that nobody cares.
Yep.
But it was a really cool job because I went down and we covered the DVD release party for 8 Mile,
Okay.
the Eminem movie. So we go there, and I'd never seen anything like that before. We went down to the shelter, and they did the rap battle stuff. I didn't see the movie yet or anything because it wasn't released on DVD. And I sat there and I thought, this shit is fascinating with these guys ripping each other to pieces to the sound, you know, just to the backing track or whatever. And shortly after left because the concert started and there was nothing we're going to cover in that. And then I watched the 8 Mile movie, and I love that movie. I could watch that over and over again. There's something about that dumb movie that I like. And then I start watching all these rap battles on YouTube, and that goes for a while. And then I watched Straight Outta Compton.
Okay.
Watched that twice. And I've watched about 57 rap documentaries about the history of rap.
So
It's so strange
you've got
because
a
I
rap
don't.
fascination.
Yeah, and here's the strange part: I don't listen to any rap music ever.
But
I don't have any on my devices. I don't listen to the channel, but I watch every single movie and every single documentary I can find about it. What the hell is that all about?
I have no idea. My little guilty pleasure is watching those stupid audition shows. Like Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent, stuff like that. That's my little guilty pleasure. But I could see getting into the rap thing, but I'm not a rap fan either.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Something to
I'll
do.
enjoy it throughout the whole movie or documentary or anything. And I'm just like, really? I didn't know that. Wiz Khalifa, no kidding. You know, especially the early stuff. I like to watch that stuff. All right. We did the presidential coin flip.
Yep.
We did. We have an app of the week.
Okay. What's the app of the week?
The app of the week, courtesy of Mr. Jim Cates.
Okay.
Amazing guitar player and co-worker. I already gave it away. I said the word amazing. He told me what he uses to practice songs because he's joined a new band now. Okay. And he's got to learn a whole bunch of new songs. And he said the best tool ever to learn songs on a guitar is using an app. I think it's for both Android and iOS called the Amazing Slowdowner.
Okay.
Yep, that's the name, Amazing Slowdowner. So it links to like your iTunes, or you can load MP3s into it, and all that kind of stuff. And what it does is you can change the rate. And you can set in and out points to loop certain sections, and then you can slowly bring up the speed. And instead of the old days where you had a record and you'd lift the needle off and go back and forth, or a cassette tape you got to rewind, now you can do it very scientifically to learn whole songs, especially all the little hard parts with the Amazing Slowdowner.
The Amazing Slowdowner.
I thought it was kind of cool.
That sounds like an awesome idea.
And if they are linked to like iTunes or whatever official music library you subscribe to, then it gets even more information, and it'll show you the tablature, as they say, for people who read that, or the music, and even like video clips of stuff too. So seems like a good app. The Amazing Slowdowner, everybody.
Slowdowner.
Tip for the musicians.
I could think of other things that would be the Amazing Slowdowner.
Okay. What gross thought is in your mind?
Oh, no, I was just thinking about certain people that tell stories that are really long-winded. It's like, well, if you just have them sing you the song, and then you don't need that app because it'll just drag out.
I thought you were going to get like you were going to go the other way with it and say that you could create a new app called the Amazing Speed Upper. And then every time you had a conversation with listener Mike Zane, you could hit the button
and it would
finally get to the end.
Speed through it.
Get to the end where the point is.
Exactly. Somewhere in here, there was a point.
This is how I'll be able to tell whether or not Mr. Zane listens to the show anymore.
Yeah, because you'll hear about this.
Oh, yeah. He'll come and go, what the hell are you talking about? Do I really tell stories? The whole thing is that he was badgered by somebody years ago saying that he was, what was the phrase? Saying that, don't say who said it or anything, but saying that he was telling something kind of stories.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. What the phrase was.
I know the comment of, I don't need to know how to build the watch. I just need to know what time it is. right. Get to the freaking point.
Like, yeah, it was more like, you're gonna spend the whole day telling Shaggy Dog stories or something like that. I don't remember what the real thing was. But anyway, so that's one of the things that bothers him. So we say it.
Yep. Oh.
Well, I got all kinds of updates actually.
What kind of updates?
Updates from show topic stuff.
Okay, let's go.
Because we have some, like the You Name It show, like what it means. You name it, we talk about it.
Right.
Well, we have a listener named Chris Staniforth from Salt Lake City, right?
Okay.
Am I right about that?
Yes.
And he was listening to the Salt Lake City episode.
Okay. I worked with him out there, so that's good.
Oh, well, that wasn't on that episode, though. But he did listen to it. He listened to the Bum Blades.
Yes.
Was that in there?
Yes.
Bum blades and basketball feet or airplane feet or something?
Yeah, that was in D.C.
Okay, so.
That was last week's episode.
I ran into him and he said, I know what that's all about because they do that out in Salt Lake. It's a new thing. It's a new scam that the homeless guys have. Yeah. Okay. He says that they shoplift the expensive blades and then try and sell them on the street. So this is all like just trying to fence stolen goods.
So
they think like what you said. Yeah, like everybody shaves, so I'm going to shoplift expensive razor blades and try and sell them on the street.
So there's an underground market of razor blades out there that are stolen from Walgreens and other places.
Yeah, because they cost like $1 million. You know that.
Well, that explains why they lock them up in the stores. You have to call the attendant to come over and unlock them.
Yeah, so they must be finding these in some unsecured location.
You know what? These fuckers better not make it like Sudafed. Remember when you can get Sudafed and Claritin D and all that stuff over the counter and didn't have to go to the pharmacist and sign your little name so you're on some watch list?
Right, so you could like take it home, crush it up, and make crystal meth with it.
Yeah, so these meth heads ruined it for all of us. I hope these guys don't ruin it for people who need 5-blade razors.
Yeah, right. I went backwards on it, though. I don't use any of the new technologically wonderful razors. I use a freaking 1920s safety razor that's just that classic-looking blade, like a blade on each side, a single thing that fits in the top of the razor holder.
Do you still use the head blade, though? Mm-hmm. Okay. That should be another sponsor, the head blade.
It should be, for real. That would be a great one. But for some reason, I don't know if you've experienced this when you're using the Headblade by Headblade. That razor, those razors that they have last forever for me.
Yes, they do. I agree.
Yeah, like a face razor. If I were to use a face razor on my face, the 4-blade whatever, the Quattro or something like that, I could burn that fucker out in a shave and a half, and it wouldn't work anymore. But the Headblade thing, it lasts like probably almost 2 months, wouldn't you think?
Oh, yeah. I want to know, just adding all the 5 blades, why? Two blades is good enough. Does 5
it probably
really
goes
make
back
a
to that
difference?
old commercial. Do you remember the old commercial with the animation where it showed, watch, the first blade grabs the hair, the second blade cuts it, pulls it, the first one grabs it and pulls it out, and then the second blade cuts it.
The third blade does it again and again.
And by the time you get to the 5th blade, nothing's happening. You're just burning your skin off.
Now you're just peeling skin off your head.
I don't know.
They just keep.
I wonder what they think.
And then they lubricate the shit, and they, the sensitive lubrication, the cooling gel, blah, blah, blah. Anything to make the blade cost $8 a fucking blade,
Yeah. Let's pretend that lubricating thing does anything, especially after it hits your face after the shave happened.
Yeah. No, and it wears out real quick.
I know they have those that have 2 strips on them now, one in the front and one in the back, as though we're supposed to believe there's enough whatever lubrication is on that to last you more than one shave.
One preps the hair and the other one soothes after your shave.
One preps the hair, the second one cuts, the third one finishes, and the fourth one just jacks up the price and fucks you by doing nothing.
And then we added a 5th one just so we can actually only put 4 in a container instead of 5. 4 blades.
Right.
But we'll charge you the same rate.
The 5th blade laughs and high fives with the 4th blade.
Hey, we suckered him again. Woo!
Right. God, I love being worthless. I'm sharp all the time. Everybody up there's dull, and I'm so sharp back here.
Oh, that was a good topic. So that's going on in Utah too. They're stealing the blades and trying to sell them on the street. That's where that's definitely where I'm going to get my next razors is from a local bum.
Yeah, that's where I generally would go, in my younger days when I bought razors. I just look for a bum. Speaking of bums,
yes,
I went to so in our area of Michigan, we have certain cities that are considered to be nicer than others, like everywhere else, like everywhere across the whole globe. That you've got your upper class neighborhoods and stuff. Well, Livonia used to be considered that way, which I think it's still parts of it is. Yeah. Livonia, Michigan, like where some rich people live, and it used to be like the full-on upper middle class city.
Right.
Not the cool place like a Royal Oak or one of those where people with cash and are cool and like to do cool, trendy things live. This is just your standard upper middle-class family.
Okay, I live in Royal Oak. Fuck you, Jerry. Go ahead.
No, I just said you had money and you like to do cool things.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you.
How is that an insult? If that's an insult, you are no longer living in Trump's America.
That's true.
Anyway, so Livonia was one of these upper middle class cities, and I stopped in Livonia, and I was shocked to be in a 7-Eleven with full-on super homeless guys.
Oh.
And they're in the 7-Eleven. There's the bikes outside all strapped up with stuff. These 2 guys, and it was like a movie because they were like street partners.
Yep.
Because it was so dumb. They're all bundled up. It's a cold day, and they've got you could see them wearing 7 shirts. Like all of their clothes are on them at the same time because they don't have anywhere to carry them.
Okay.
And they're inside there. And one of the guys, the younger one, is getting like a taquito or something from the guy who's giving it to him. And they're having a discussion, like the shopkeeper guy's saying, you're going to eat that yourself, aren't you? He's got a bit of an accent and everything. Mm-hmm. What he was really saying was, make sure you eat it and don't give it away to somebody else or something like that.
Right.
And the kid's going, no, I'm not going to come in here every day and bother you about it. Thanks, Joe. Doing the whole thing. Yeah. While the other guy is counting out change on the table, like taking forever to count out quarters and pennies and shit on the table so he can buy 2. Well, then he's buying these 2 crazy malt liquor giant cans of booze.
Yep.
He looks over at his buddy and he goes, 1? I thought we were working together. Like that, And I'm standing there just looking like, looking like a jackass, like a target for these guys, probably holding my 2 liters of Diet Mountain Dew.
Waiting for a bum rush.
And some ice cream. Actually, it was ice cream. It wasn't even that. I had like 2 pints of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. So now they know that I have money in my pocket.
Because you're buying Ben & Jerry's at a 7-Eleven. Talking about jacked up prices. There you go.
So they tried it. They did the whole... They were trying to start it up with me. But I didn't let them get too far because I have bum experience.
Yes. How did they ask you?
Man, it's hard out there for a homeless guy. And I just go, I bet. You know? And then that was the kid. And then I am passing the other guy, and he goes, man, sometimes life just takes a turn and beats you down. And I just go, and walk away. Not giving him any of that.
Yep.
Because, if you start engaging at all, you are done.
That's the problem. Well, Josh and I we're in Baltimore, so we're down at Fells Point. If you're ever in Baltimore, that's the area to go where there's all the bars. It kind of reminds me of New Orleans, but without the smell.
Without the smell.
But it's the cobblestone roads and the bar. Every third store is a bar. Music playing all the time in each one of them. It's the cool place to hang out in Baltimore, Maryland. So you got to go.
Yeah, like Royal Oak.
Yeah, you got to go to Fells Point. But Royal Oak has a lot of douchebags in it.
Hey, you live there, remember?
I know. That's why I don't go downtown very often. But Josh and I ran into a homeless guy that did a rap for us. And
yeah.
So hopefully in the future we can edit that down and maybe get something usable out of it. But we thought it was going to be like a minute. No, the guy went on for like 4 minutes. So I sent that over to Jerry today, and hopefully he can do something with that audio clip, but it's doubtful. We'll try it out. But I had another guy.
Is it a video or an audio? I don't know.
It's just audio.
Hang on a second. We have a guest that walked in. It's Lisa.
Okay.
There's no shit Lisa said this week. Oh, okay. Well, there is shit Lisa said because she said, I'm not a guest. This is my house, bitch.
Oh, so, what did she think about?
I just wanted to tell Lisa that I didn't eat any dinner yet. And if she wanted, she's clapping. And we're going to have our delectable high-end food called fried egg sandwiches tonight. Yeah.
Nice.
Fried egg sandwiches.
I love having breakfast for dinner. That is awesome. I love just every once in a while doing that makes me smile.
And it's not really, this isn't really breakfast for dinner, though, in a classic way, because this is on toasted bread with lots of butter. It's really a heart attack thing.
Yeah.
But we used to do like breakfast casserole for dinner, where you make the whole thing with the sausage and eggs and everything in the crock pot. You ever do that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we would do that.
Have you ever
when I was a kid, we would do pancakes for dinner. My dad would do that every once in a while. We get all happy about it because that's not even really food. That's just dessert.
Have you ever done the just take the toast and you cut a hole in the middle so it's open and you fry that up and put the egg?
Yeah, what do they call that?
In the middle.
Something in a basket or something.
Eggs in a basket.
Is that what they
I don't
call
know.
that?
Something like that.
There's a couple different names for that. What the hell are they, Davin?
You're not thinking of pigs in a blanket, are you?
No.
That's pretty good too, though.
Egg in middle of bread. Let's see what it says.
Egg in middle of bread.
Egg. This one says egg in the basket.
Okay.
So I know there's a basket. Egg in a hole. Let's see. Egg in toast. What do you call it? There's a whole thing about this here topic that we have going here. What do you call? It doesn't say anything. Do I have to look at the comments? Oh, okay. Here we go. You ready?
Sure.
Toad in the hole.
Toad in the hole. Okay.
Yeah. Eggs in a nest.
That's how I've heard it.
Frog in the hole. Okay. Frog in the hole. So people are onto this amphibian routine. Toad in the hole or eggs in a nest.
Okay.
Somebody thinking he's funny said macaco canapa.
Okay.
Hobo. Egg in a frame. One-eyed Jack. Egg in the hole.
Who the fuck calls it a one-eyed Jack?
I don't know. I kind of like that one, though. Cartwheels.
Why? Because that's what you do after you eat it? It's so good. I did cartwheels. Woo.
Yeah. Bird's nest.
I've heard it called a bird's nest before, yes.
That's what I heard them call your hair before when you had that, too.
When I had hair? A bird's nest?
Yes. Okay. Egg in the hole in the bread. I like that comment, though. It says, ex-girlfriend used to call it egg in the hole in the bread. She was crazy, though.
Nice.
And here's another one. Bregs.
That's a good breakfast food.
All right. Enough of that one.
Hey, you know
I have
what?
another food topic.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a check in the mail because I ate bananas.
Okay.
Courtesy Top Class Action Lawsuits.
Oh, nice. Another sponsor.
Another non-sponsor, another company that we pretend is a sponsor. I didn't even remember doing this one, and I had to stare at it for a while until I remember, because they say the lawsuit name. I can't remember what it was right now.
Okay.
But I stared at it for a while and then realized, oh, that's the banana people. And it was one of those things where it said, if you've ever eaten a banana in the past 17 years, something about shopping at Kroger and eating a banana and they were the wrong size or some shit like that. And I'm like, well, I buy bananas all the time. I'll push yes.
Luis
And,
Gonzalez versus Chiquita Banana. Settlement
Yeah, it
number
wasn't even that easy.
522.
It was like Contigo blah blah versus Mackenzie or some shit like that.
So how much was the check for?
$7.47.
That's pretty good. Hey,
I
$7
ate bananas.
Free $7 check. That works. You can go buy yourself a beer in DC without a tip.
You could, without a tip. We're gonna go over to your stuff now because I'm gonna save the big PayPal one. We'll use it as a teaser for next week's episode. Which, by the way, I hope we get to have one because I'll be going to Toronto, and those days end up being long, and then those nights sometimes have to turn into, hanging out with clients and partner companies and stuff to be people like that.
Well, maybe
we'll do your job that way.
Maybe we'll have to do one before you leave for Toronto. What day do you leave?
I'll be leaving on Monday, so we would have to do it on the weekend.
Okay, well, I travel back home. I'm home for like one day, and then I go to the land of Cleveland. So,
okay.
Maybe we can squeeze one in before you leave. That might be a good idea.
We probably should, because we don't want to miss a week if we can do it. So I have a little kid's birthday party on Saturday, but I don't think I have anything Sunday. And the Saturday thing, I think, might just be middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out because everybody wants to go to somebody's kid's birthday party.
Oh.
Actually, it's my nephew Jake, and he's you don't ever want to say one of your favorites because the other ones get all pissed off thinking they might not be one of the favorites. And it's hard too because I got lucky. Like everybody in Lisa's family, I end up thinking are the greatest people ever. So, but he's one of the ones that I feel like I've had more of a relationship with because he was around. I'd hire him to fix my car and shit. I just saw him more than others. So anyway, it's fun to go see Jake as long as his dog doesn't bite you.
Nice. You want to play the topic game? I'll give you 3 topics and you tell me what they're about.
And I want to clear up the dog biting just so that people because he might listen to the show.
His dog.
We were out driving around. Yeah, we were out driving around, me and Lisa and our daughter Lindsay, and we are pretty familiar with the family. We're in the neighborhood. I think we were supposed to drop something off. So we go to his house, and Lisa had to pee.
Okay.
So she goes, go in there and see if you can let the dogs out the back door so that I can come in there and drop that. And then we drop the stuff off and all that so the pee can happen. Well, I go to the front door, and I open it, and 2 dog faces stick out the door and look at me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, hey, dogs, back up. And then all of a sudden, trying to come through the door. So I'm like trying to push. I use my leg, to not kick them, but to push them back into the house so I could shut the door.
Okay.
And full on torn pants, bitten leg.
Holy shit.
Blood coming out. and then I'm like, finally get the door shut. And I turn around on the porch to come back down to the car. And Lisa's laughing her ass off in the car after I just got attacked by a dog.
Well, and so you get to see this dog again now.
I know. I did. And like days later.
Has the dog been okay since then? Or does it still hate you?
I pulled in the driveway. The dog was out like 2 days later. Yeah. And I get out of the car and the dog happily runs up to me with a Frisbee.
Huh.
It was because it was doing its job. The dog was like, you don't live here. Get the fuck out of here kind of thing.
Okay.
So I don't really blame the dog at all. I just know better than to go over there and try and go into the house. Next time he says, just drop it off at my house, I left the front door open, I'll know why he left the front door open. It's because his dog will kill anybody that comes through the door.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about it.
Right. All right. We can play your topic game.
You want to play it? Okay.
Sure.
Oh, let's see. Oh, stupid train song ripped off Heart and Soul.
Okay. I can extrapolate.
Reincarnated as a homeless guy's dog and
Reincarnated?
Yes.
Okay.
And paddle.
Are you drunk already? You said recarded.
No, reincarnated.
I'm saying what you said. And then I asked if you're drunk.
No, I say it like finger.
You weren't drinking your Tito's vodka. Especially smooth.
Tito's handmade vodka, crafted in an old-fashioned pot still by America's original micro distillery in Austin,
How do you hand make vodka? Do you just stir it with your hands?
I don't know.
You just put your grubby hands in there and stir it around?
Put Cuban women's spit in there so people buy it, just like Cuban cigars.
Yes. Good point. All right. So you're reincarnated as a hobo's dog.
Yeah. Paddleboarding is stupid.
That's true.
Okay, so the first one was stupid train song.
I don't know that. Right. Well, I don't know that there's any real mystery about those. The game used to go where I'd have to try and figure out what they meant. But if you want me to go through it, then
there's no
figuring
mystery.
out what it meant would be not for the first one. The first one seems to be in your note. It says that this stupid train song sounds like the old song Heart and Soul.
Yep. They totally ripped it off. I was pissed.
Right.
That song they'd play every fucking hour at the DC Auto Show, and it drove me nuts.
See, this is where we have to get our new equipment in here, because then I could have played the song so we could all enjoy it. But we get it. Let's chalk that up to bring back around when I get the mixer set up and all wrangled out. Now, the hobo's dog or homeless guy's dog, I don't know. What's the problem, or what's the benefit or the not benefit?
Oh, well, Bill and I were talking. If I ever got reincarnated and came back as a dog, because I make fun of hobos and we talk about them all the time, that I would come back as a hobo's dog. And
that could be.
When you see these hobos with the dog, you feel more likely to give them money for the dog because they have a dog. You don't really. My compassion level is more for the dog than the person with the dog. It's weird.
I agree. And then you wonder if they're doing it on purpose, like they
to
just
make more money.
Found this dog. Yeah.
So
probably.
Bill said eventually, as a hobo dog, you'll get hungry enough that you'll eat the hobo.
Yeah, I can see that.
Ooh.
Because the hobo took all of the money that was given to the dog,
right,
and went and bought some smack and passed out so the dog could chew on its calves.
That leg smells like beef jerky.
Oh, I like this hobo. He tastes way better than the last hobo. It's because that's the dog's voice. Dogs are stupid.
Yes.
So all the voices for dogs have to be stupid.
Oh.
Yum, 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 shoo.
Is that bone marrow? Oh, no, it's just a pussy leg. Oh, it's good, though.
That's so stupid. Like, I'm trying to think of a bum name. What would a good bum name be?
Ogden.
Ogden. Ogden tastes way better than Grandma tasted. Ogden. I was thinking of like Gary Gravy or something like that.
Hi, I'm Ogden. I need some money.
Oh, add to your teaser for the rap that could show up any minute now, or any show now. His name, remember? Owl Green.
Owl Green is a rapper, yes.
The homeless rapper Owl Green.
So by the end of that evening, another homeless guy approached us, and asked for money, and I said, I'm sorry. And he goes, what are you sorry about? You're not homeless. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm sorry I can't help all you people out. What do you mean, you people? I'm like, okay, this guy just wants
There's nothing you can say.
This guy just wants a fight, you know?
That's why you don't engage.
I know.
If you do, then you have to be mean. Like, I forgot this one. I was in Cincinnati this week.
Okay.
And I was standing outside, and I was having a smoky treat outside.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows we smoke because they could hear it throughout the show the whole time and get mad at it. But
we call them
I'm standing
smoky
outside.
treats.
Yes, smoky treat. And I'm on the phone, business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, it's nighttime, and this guy was walking down the street, and then he turns and makes the beeline for me.
Oh,
So,
yep. You see him crossing.
What do you think's going to happen? Yeah, he was like I was out in front of the building, and then he was walking down the sidewalk, and then turned to come towards the entrance of the building where I was standing, and he goes, "Hey, man, hey," like that.
Yeah, you need
and
some
I
razors?
Just go, no, I just stare at him, and I go, "No," and he's like, "What?" I go, "Nope." He goes, "What are you talking about?" And I go, "I don't have anything for you." He goes, "Oh, I was just asking if there's anything going on in this building."
Yeah, sure you were.
And I go, "Yep, not till the weekend though." He goes, "I get it though. A lot of people are asking for stuff out here all the time." And he was like laughing and walked away. I still don't know if it was real or not. Like if he was the guy.
It's hard. It's hard to tell, but he got busted on that one. Just like I got busted in DC on the one where he was commenting on me being bald in the rain. That guy was homeless.
Yeah.
Had to be.
He just striking up a conversation, right?
Those bastards.
That's what happens. We're like way up to our time.
Yeah, we
What
are.
was the last one on your list?
Oh, what did I have? I might have erased it already. Oh, the paddleboarding is stupid.
Yeah,
It does
true.
not look fun at all. There's a commercial with like people paddleboarding, and I'm thinking, okay, it's like the stand-up desk douchebags. That's the paddleboard people. What fun
Right.
is it to go on a flat surface of water, stand on what would be cool if you were actually surfing, but to paddle your fucking self across as exercise?
I don't know. And it seems like that, well, maybe there's a lot of exercise, legs and arms or something like that.
Yeah, because you're stuck on the middle of a fucking lake with a paddle standing on a goddamn board without a motor and a beer in your hand. Fuck that. If you could be...
Yeah, I don't know. People do that now and think that it's fun, but back then it was like work and transportation for people
Yeah.
that had to do it and hated it.
Okay, so that's our show. We're at the time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, where'd the time go, Davin? Where did the time go?
Oh, time for a smoky treat.
This little piggy went to the market. That was still my favorite from last week.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. So you're going to wrap it
Okay,
up?
sorry. Yep. Hang on one second. I got to think of this. Actually, I was sending a work text.
Oh.
And I still said this little piggy went to the market.
This little piggy went home.
Let's see. What should we say? Thank you. Goodbye. And that stuff.
Yeah, Papa Wheelie, guys.